I was thinking about your sort of brand of guitar playing, and the way that I've described it is like you're in a lineage of exhaustive guitar players. And what I mean by this, to go on a quick little
Exhausted
story,
or exhaustive?
exhaustive,
Yeah.
just in that you sort of have a systematic method of growing your vocabulary. And I think this is exemplified in basically like when I was a freshman at USC studying guitar. I was totally unhappy. There was like, one of the first classes was sitting around playing fucking Cantaloupe Island in this like guitar circle jerk. And I was like, what am I getting myself into? And so I sent you an email and I was like, please let me study with you. And the email that I got back was literally more useful than the entire time that I spent at USC. And I wanted to get into that, what I'm calling the sheet. And
Hmm.
basically, you get into sort of like these permutation things, and it seems like you sort of have like a generator function that provided you with a lifetime of stuff to work on. So how long have you been working on this same set of techniques?
Well, it's cumulative, uh, but I've had the more or less same approach, which is sort of methodical and systematic from the very beginning. Well, maybe not the very beginning, but basically the inspiration came from Chuck Wayne, who you may or may not know, but he's a legendary guitarist in bebop lineage. Um, and I took lessons with him when I was maybe 16, 17. Um, and he was all about having a very thorough, systematic approach to jazz harmony. Um, and I think that's what inspired me to go that route of just being exhaustive, as he put it, and organized. And so at least, half of that sheet comes directly from the lessons that I learned from Chuck. And then I added a little bit more, but in a similar vein. Like, for example, for some reason, he provided me with like 4 voicing types for 7th chords instead of 6, which, would include all of them. For some reason, he neglected a couple. Which ones I can't. I don't have the terminology because I never remember the Berkeley terminology.
I would hope that you wouldn't.
No, I wish I could, because I don't know how else to describe those voicings other than like drop 2 and 3, drop, etc. But I just can't learn the rules. I never remember that.
Yeah.
But whatever. Anyway, so he gave me like 4 out of the 6 types, and then I just added the second 2.
Gotcha.
But anyway, it sort of provided a template for systematic learning in whatever topic I was delving into. And I got a lot out of the McGoodrick books, from The Advancing Guitarist all the way through, his later tomes, Almanac for Voice Leading, and those are extremely methodical as well, and exhaustive. There's nothing more exhaustive than that Almanac.
I feel like in this lineage of guitarists, there's maybe Mick Goodrick, sorry, and Ted Green, and who else was I thinking? Like, John Stoll, to some extent, Alan Holdsworth, and then there's kind of this post-Monder school of like, Miles Okazaki and Ryan Ferreira. Is there anybody in this sort of lineage that I'm forgetting about from the earlier years, I guess? Besides Chuck Wayne, I guess.
Sorry, you were sort of freezing in the first part of that question. So,
so basically, I'm thinking like Ted, Mick, John Stoll, Alan Holdsworth. Are there people in this exhaustiveness lineage that I'm forgetting about?
Oh, Probably. So you mentioned Ted Green, I think,
Mhm.
whose chord chemistry was kind of a Bible of mine from a long time ago. Maybe Joe DiOrio could
Mhm.
have him in there. I'm sure if I thought about it harder without a camera on, I'd be able to
Yeah.
think of more people, but I'm sort of drawing a few blanks.
Yeah, no worries.